Hey, boys, there's some thieves roaming around town. We got to get ready in case they break in. We're going to want to catch them red-handed.
What color are their hands now?
I'll go get the red paint.
Oh, boy.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
It looks like a pink nightmare.
Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've done, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the Lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Good evening, and welcome to another chilling episode of Three Geeky Dads, the show now with 4 times the blah, blah, blah. And that's all I'm doing at that. It was because we...
Don't say blah, blah, blah.
blah. We got a vampire theme going tonight. It's a vampire movie, so, thought I'd get into the spirit of things. I am Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
And with us, as always, to give the finger to proper numbering, Monster Cereal's own Tito, the Prince of Chill.
Hey everybody!
See how
chill.
See how chill.
That was very chill.
And Prince-like he is.
Incredibly chill.
See,
Surprised he didn't just go like, sup.
Sup.
Like my Prince impersonation.
Oh, that was very Damon Wayne's Last Boy Scout. That's what that was. I like Prince.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Tito. Thank you. Your honor. Your sire. Prince, whatever, doesn't matter. None of this matters. Tonight we are starting our trip to a multiverse where Marvel movies, suck. Yes, Marvel has certainly proven itself the king of cinema in this current cinematic universe. But be it Sony, Fox, or the mid-90s to early 2000s, Marvel has had more than its fair share of stinkers, flops, and Spider-Man 3. So, with a lot of fanboys bitching about Marvel Phase 4 for one reason or another, trailers, Disney Plus shows, what have you, we decided to remind these young whippersnappers how it used to be and how lucky they are to have had the Marvel Cinematic Gold given to them now. That's why we have prepared a few drink till it's good Marvel movies, starting tonight with Morbius. But before we sink our teeth into a supper of suckiness, we have, as always, our appetizer to snack on. And for that, I turn things over to our own Brian Bizarre Foods Ramsey.
Bizarre. This is very old wine. I hope you will like it. Aren't you drinking? I never drink. Why?
Bizarre foods.
Well, I'm running out of cooks, so I gotta go to shows now.
Vampire movies have been scaring us ever since the silent era. Ever since Max Schreck silently stalked his victims as the vampire in Nosferatu, the world has had an almost 100-year love affair with the vampire film. For these days, you can't swing a dead bat without hitting a vampire film on any one of the streaming services, and for every bloody classic, there are plenty of anemic wannabes. Yes, sometimes finding a good vampire film to watch can be a real pain in the neck. And because tonight we're looking at the craptastic Morbius, we thought we'd take a look at some other vampire films that have disappointed us. So slick back your hair, put on your plastic fangs as we sink our teeth into these cinematic stinkers that really put the suck back into blood sucking.
Very nice. Awesome.
Nice.
Who would like to go?
I'll go.
I don't want to start. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'll go first.
Sir, I'll go second.
So my pick, I was looking at a lot, and even the ones that I thought were bad, I still loved. So I couldn't pick any of them. You guys may have. But I'm going with a little gem. I bought this movie one night. I was coming home from work, and I was like, I want to buy a DVD. So I stopped at a Walmart and looked through the DVDs, and this movie was on the shelf, 2008's Lost Boys the Tribe. And I purchased this movie, and I went home, and I watched it. I couldn't wait for my kid to go to bed so I could watch it.
Why didn't you want to watch it with him?
Because he was like a little baby at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was
All
very,
right.
he was small. He was a
Why
small
punish
boy.
him anyway?
He'd be asking questions.
Yeah.
He was a small boy. He would have been crying the whole time. And it's a pretty awful movie.
Yeah, it is.
It stars
I've never seen it.
a bunch of people that I don't know. Corey Feldman,
So there is somebody that ties it into the original.
So Kiefer Sutherland's brother, Angus Sutherland, plays the David character. This movie is like Point Break meets The Lost Boys. They're like surfers. It's a brother and a sister, same last name as Sam and Michael from the first one.
Yeah.
Only they don't have parents somehow, but they're related to the original cast in some way, and they want to be surfers. And at this point, Corey Feldman is still hunting vampires, but now he's doing it in another town. And in lieu of selling comic books, he makes surfboards that he sells, and the kid wants to work at the surfboard shop. His sister gets bitten by a vampire. She's only half vampire. They jump into action. This movie is fucking straight garbage.
Really?
But there are 3 kind of interesting things about this movie, and they are the alternate endings.
Oh.
So the first ending is like a mid-credit scene where Corey Feldman is outside and he hears a voice in the shadows. That voice in the shadows is Corey Haim. And as he gets closer, you realize that Corey Haim is now a vampire. And you don't know how he became a vampire, but the scene ends with them both running at each other like they're going to kill each other, which was kind of cool.
So this movie was obviously made before Corey Haim died.
Just.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
not long before. And then there's another alternate ending where Corey Haim shows up. He is not a vampire, and instead it's Jameson Newlander, who is the vampire, and he's on his way to town to kill Corey Feldman, and Corey Haim is there to help him, and that's where the credits end with Jameson Newlander in a car that's all blacked out, laughing hysterically with fangs, driving to the town. And then in another version, the same thing happens, only this time Corey Haim shows his neck, and he's got 2 bites on his neck, insinuating that Jameson Newlander is the one who's bit him and turned him into a vampire. And that's one of the...
So the second one is The Tribe.
The second one is The Tribe.
There is a third one.
The Thirst, which I never saw.
Is that the one that reunites the Frog Brothers?
Jameson Newlander is in that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So both the Jameson Newlander scene got cut all together, and Corey Haim is just in the very end because I think he
didn't want to do the movie.
Well, he wanted to be in a lot of the movie, but they scaled it back because he was kind of falling back into
was really
addiction.
sick
He was all
at
fucked
that
up.
point.
He was starting to get back into drugs heavy
Yeah.
again. So they scaled it back, and then Corey Feldman said he would only do the movie if he had like a really big part.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be something completely different. But he was like, I'll be in it, but I have to have a huge part. And he is. He's in quite a lot of this film. And it's not good. So that's it. That's the one.
Which of the alternate endings did you like best?
Oh, I like I actually like the one they went with. Where
Which was
Corey Haim is a vampire and they're both trying to kill each
that's how
other.
it actually ended.
Yeah. I mean, they probably killed each other in real life. Corey Feldman won. Corey Feldman won that one. But yeah, that was the one I liked.
And now you know the rest of the story.
The one with
only
Jameson
one
Newlander,
Corey.
he's dressed like Rob Zombie. Like, it's ridiculous. It's really dumb.
Wow.
It's a terrible movie.
Okay.
That's
All
my
right,
pick.
avoid that one. Good
Okay.
pick.
Yeah.
Well, bad movie, good pick. I had a hard time with this one. I realized that there weren't a lot of vampire movies I was disappointed with. There were vampire movies that I watched that I knew were gonna suck, but I watched them anyway, and they
hard to
lived
be
up to the hype.
disappointed when you know
Right.
it's gonna.
So I tried to think of a movie that I was excited to go see with a vampire in it, and it turned out to not be good. And for me, that was Blade Trinity.
Okay, all right.
I am a huge.
Oh, Brian's pick.
Yeah, I saw what he had too. I was looking over. And
And I was like, I hope I go next. Mark jumped right in.
All right. Well, you
No,
what?
no, we'll both
You
talk
pick
about
that
this, 'cause
one,
I really
and
didn't have an alternate.
I will
No.
go with a.
No, go ahead, talk.
I'm going to go with the backup that I have.
Rock and
All right.
roll.
I have a backup. No,
But they're vampires.
I'm going to go with the.
But they're vampire.
I'm going to go with the Salem's Lot remake that they did, the made-for-TV movie.
With Rob Lowe?
picked Derek.
With Rob.
No, I actually like that.
Oh,
movie.
okay. Well, I don't. This it should have been good. Donald Sutherland, Rob Lowe, truer to the novel. Dived more into the characters, made the head, the only vampire, the way it was in the book, not a Nosferatu-looking creature like in the old Tobe Hooper movie. The problem is, for me, this movie was just incredibly boring.
Yeah.
And the effects for that time were those really bad CGI effects that...
When did it come out? Sorry.
I don't even remember.
Like 90s-ish?
Or
Probably
later?
early 2000s.
Later.
It was definitely in the 2000s.
I've never seen it.
I remember being really excited upon hearing it because I'm
2000s Rob Lowe. I feel like he wasn't like
he was
back on his ascent.
He
yet.
wasn't Parks and Rec yet.
He has long hair in this.
Does he?
He had
he
like
was-
shoulder, almost
when
shoulder
did he-
length.
When
he was
did he
doing
start
tons
the
of
West
cocaine.
Wing? Because wasn't that like the start of his comeback? And that was the early
The
2000s,
West
wasn't
Wing,
it?
It's true.
Maybe he was
It was
doing
West
West
Wing
Wing.
that was like
Maybe.
bringing him back.
Mm.
He didn't have long hair in the West Wing though.
What I
No.
do know is, big fan of this book. It's one of my favorite Stephen King stories.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And I like the old movie. I think the old movie is good for
The one with David Soul.
Yeah, David Soul,
yeah.
and it's got the Nosferatu vampire.
Yeah,
I like
it's a
Tobe
classic.
Hooper. Yeah, it's great. This one,
Even for a
just
TV movie.
is dull, and for a TV movie, like
Yeah.
it was amazing that they were able to capture more fear and creepiness in the 1970s with a very limited made-for-TV budget. Here, it was just a lot of really bad CGI, overblown, like explosions, and it was. I just remember like really hating it and really like wanting to like it, and I just could not. So that's my backup one for this one because I was going between the two, but I remembered Blade Trinity a little more. But I'm gonna go with this one. This,
All right, then.
This is now my pick.
Don't rub it in or anything.
I'm
Mark.
gonna rub it in. I'm rubbing it.
Rub it
Say
rub it
Blade
in.
Trinity one more time.
Yeah. He's gonna say it 3 times.
Blade Trinity.
Parker Posey's gonna
Blade
appear in the mirror.
And Dominic Purcell will show up. Yeah.
Oh, please don't.
Oh God, he was the. Well, I'll let
Go
you
ahead.
talk about this one.
Do you want me to talk about
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
All right.
So which one? This is Blade Trinity.
Blade Trinity.
Okay.
I'm going with Blade Trinity.
That's the third one, right?
It is, yes. Hence the name.
Yeah, with Whistler's daughter.
Yeah, no. Blade Trinity, like the Three Geeky Dads, is the 4th movie.
We make fun of ourselves,
We
so no one
do.
can.
Yeah, it's a preemptive strike.
Sure.
It's a warning shot.
Yeah, so no, I had put while Blade and Blade 2 are good, fun films, Blade Trinity really takes a nosedive in quality. It was written and directed by David S. Goyer, who wrote the first 2 films, so he should have known better. The Trinity just feels like a movie made in 1997, but was actually released in 2004. It doesn't even have the signature gory design of Guillermo del Toro's sequel or the attitude and freshness of the first film. The third entry feels like it's treading the same old ground, and it's the film responsible for trying to make an action hero out of Ryan Reynolds.
That's true.
But I was excited about that because
I liked
because
him
he
as
was playing
Hannibal.
he was playing Hannibal
did I.
King.
Yeah, I liked him as Hannibal King.
And at the time, the Marvel's Midnight Suns, I think, was just wrapping up. But I mean,
Yeah.
that was a really good run. And I really liked the character, so I was looking forward to him finally being on the big screen, but I was disappointed. I just think he was
There's a lot of
miscast.
shitty characters in that movie too.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I remember like Triple H was in it as one of the
That's what I
vampires.
thought you were
forgot
gonna say.
about
You're
that.
trying to make Triple H an action
And my
star.
favorite, Parker Posey, who's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
awful.
No, I don't like her either.
Yeah,
Not a
same.
fan of her. I never was. Although she's really good to hate in the
She's
the Lost
yeah.
in Space remake.
No, yeah,
Oh
you said
yes,
that.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
because she's Dr. Smith, right?
She's Dr. Smith in that.
Yeah.
yeah.
haven't seen
The
that.
Netflix series.
I still haven't seen it.
really
I actually
good.
didn't mind. I think she's a better villain than the Dracula character.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I
she
would've
is
rather
because
her
it's
just been
Dominic
the villain
Purcell.
than-
Yeah.
He's just a muscle-bound lunkhead.
It's awful.
He's like a bouncer more than Dracula, and they don't even
It
call
really
him Dracula.
is insulting.
They call
to
him
Dracula.
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
They call him Drake. They don't even call him
Well,
Dracula.
it's because
and he can walk around in the daylight like Blade can. Just
But
because
he was a
reason-
character in the comics.
Drake.
They called him Drake.
Well, Marvel
like
had the
it's,
rights to the blood. Was it the Tomb of Dracula? Blood of Dracula was an
Yeah.
ongoing series. Why couldn't
No,
they
but the
just call him
Dracula, well, the
then?
Dracula that shows up in the Blade comics went by Drake, like his.
Oh, Drake, but those are like the Dark
Yeah.
Stalkers. That's like Hannibal King, Blade.
Yeah.
and
All right.
like
Well, just
Drake,
because it was in a
but they
comic
flip
doesn't make it good either.
They flip it.
But it
in
was
this,
definitely
so that
it
he's the
was
villain.
pretty insulting to to the Dracula, not franchise.
I remember being
Legacy,
really excited that Blade was just being pitted against Dracula.
Seriously.
I was like, oh, fine. And
Same here.
I didn't care if Ryan Reynolds was in. I didn't care about any of the other characters. I was like, Blade's going to take on Dracula.
Yeah, but
and it's not Dracula.
No, he was
comics
a bouncer at a club.
And I'm not a
it's
fan
terrible.
of what's her face either. though.
Jessica Biel?
Yeah,
Jessica Biel.
I've,
Really?
I've
I
never
like
been a
Jessica
fan of
Biel,
her.
but
She,
you know what her job was? To promote that iPod. The iPod had just come out.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
when
that's
she's sitting
right.
there.
One
Right.
she had her little
Yeah.
playlist.
was one big iPod commercial.
I forgot about that.
I mean,
That's
they
funny.
all, but they do break the fourth wall practically.
Yeah.
What is it? One of them is it
like Wayne's
Ryan
World.
Reynolds? One of them says she likes to download music on her iPod while slaying vampires. Like, come on, that is Wayne's World. You know?
Yeah.
This isn't the lowest he's stooped.
And I'm
though.
never going to sell out Crunch.
No.
Crunch is eating Doritos.
No, he wasn't bad in it,
Or
but
Cheetos.
I didn't need it.
per Batman Unburied.
Oh my God. I had to mute those fucking commercials.
I fast forward right
And
through
I've
them.
got Spotify Premium. Like
Yeah.
I signed up for the trial, so I've got it until like mid-August.
Yeah.
So there should be like no. But they still played the commercials
Yeah.
during that. I'm like, why?
Yeah, they're part
it-
of the actual. Yeah,
Is it because it's a premium kind
maybe.
of thing?
Maybe.
scam is what
at
it
least
is.
you
They
can
don't play
forward,
the
at least you
commercials?
can fast forward. You can skip.
You can.
It. Yeah.
You can. But
Which
still, it
you
was
can't
so
do on
annoying.
YouTube, so.
No. But they don't do it during the Wastelanders. They don't play commercials.
No, there's no commercials.
Yeah,
there.
which is nice.
No, yeah,
Because that's what I'm listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about something better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blade Trinity.
Are you all done with Blade Trinity?
I am totally done with Blade Trinity.
All right,
I have
Blade
been done
Trinity.
with
All
Blade
right.
Trinity for 15 years.
How about you, Derek?
Well,
did you?
I
pick
agree.
Trinity?
All three of those are on my top, like 5 shitty.
The
vampire
bottom
movies.
5.
Yes. I almost went for the low hanging fruit with Twilight because of what it did, and
But now you love Robert Pattinson.
I do.
so
Well,
you can't.
yeah, but that like adds to the fuel behind it because it like ruined him as an actor for me for a long time because of it, because it was so
You and
bad.
everybody else.
But no, I'm going with Ultraviolet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I am not a fan. Some people like this movie. I know people tend to love Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Jovovich.
I don't really like her that
Really?
much. I liked her in The Fifth Element, obviously, but like every other time I've seen her, like all the Resident Evil movies, she just doesn't have any appeal for me. And in this movie,
Don't worry, Derek. We'll find one for you.
Yeah, eventually.
someday
There's got to be somebody out there you
I'm
like.
such a woman hater.
We'll find you one. That's a weird movie because it's like vampires, but this futuristic
It's like a
weird.
disease.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the
They were injected with something, weren't they? In that
Can't
movie?
remember. She has purple hair.
Yeah, it was all right.
I
So
saw it in the
I'm trying
theaters
to
too with my wife.
Oh, frig.
Because
There we go.
I've honestly never seen it.
So the premise is in 2078, in the wake of a global pandemic of vampirism, a subspecies of disease-modified humans find themselves possessing extraordinary agility, enhanced strength, incredible stamina, and acute intelligence.
Hey, very cute.
As a result, humankind is now pushed to the brink of a brutal worldwide civil war. Now, against the backdrop of the imminent confrontation between the government and the others, Ultraviolet, an infected, beautiful hemophage, which is what they call these things, finds herself caught in the middle.
Which stands for blood drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Protecting Six, a helpless 9-year-old boy who has been marked for death by the military forces of Daxus. Can Ultraviolet destroy Daxus' ultimate anti-hemophage weapon?
Wasn't Daxus a Klingon
can.
moon?
She
Right, I
does.
know. It's just it should have been.
Oh,
It's
Praxis.
like Mark
Praxis.
said. It was something that I went into expecting this is going to be cool. This is going to be really cool, and but unfortunately, it just was such a letdown. And
It's not cool at all.
no, I mean, and the action's not that great. I mean, the imagery is kind of cool, like the design of everything in it, like the futuristic look and stuff. But it just reminded me too much of Aeon Flux.
Yeah,
Which also just came out around the same
Yeah, the
time.
two of them
Maybe
came
that's
out-
what I was thinking about.
Yeah, the two of them came out right around the
Yeah.
same time, and that one was a flop too. So
That was Ultraviolet. Was that a graphic novel?
Ultraviolet, I think is
Oh.
there's and there's actually a newer one. And when I was looking up the movie, the Ultraviolet and so and so, I can't remember what it was, but and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think Equilibrium. I think came out around the same time, and it has that same kind of.
I love
like-
that.
remember that.
And that's
Equilibrium is awesome with Christian
Christian
Bale
Bale,
and
yeah.
it's
Tay
got
Diggs is in
Equilibrium.
that.
Tay Diggs, right? Yep.
I don't remember that one at
Oh
all.
man, it's so much fun.
Yeah,
Sean Bean's in it. Oh, it's awesome.
Who's the girl? Is it
Let me guess. Sean Bean dies.
Oh,
in
is
that
it
one.
Emily? Holy shit! How did you know?
You think he's the good guy, and it turns out he double crosses everybody in the end and then dies. Right?
See, you
Sean
should
Bean
see-
never
you should
plays a
see-
character
you should
like
see the
that.
movie. You should see the movie.
Tito's laughing.
I think he has in his head.
I want to say that the girl in it is the woman that was in Red
Emily
Dragon.
Watson.
Emily Watson.
Emily
Oh,
Watson.
okay.
Angus McFadden's also in it.
Yeah, that guy.
Is it Fichtner? I can
Angus
never remember.
McFadden?
how
That
you
name's
pronounce
Angus
familiar.
McFadden is.
Oh, he's Prince Robert in
Yes.
Braveheart.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Robert
Yeah,
the Bruce.
Robert the
I'm
Bruce.
sorry, Robert the
Yeah.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Who'd you say? What was the last one you said?
William Fichtner. Is that how you say his
Oh,
name?
Fichtner.
He's the
Fichtner?
bank.
Yeah,
the
he's the
bank
bank guy
manager
from,
in Dark Knight.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Pertwee's in it.
You and your friends
Oh, I
are
like Sean
dead.
Sean Pertwee.
You
Sean
don't
He's
know
got
who
a-
you're
is,
stealing from.
Dominic
That guy's from
Purcell's
Go.
in it too.
That guy's from
Is
Go.
he?
Yeah.
Creepy
I
guy.
didn't remember that.
He's in like one scene in the beginning.
In what?
Doll came and
In Equilibrium,
In
Dominic
Equilibrium.
Purcell.
Oh,
Dominic
okay.
Purcell.
All right.
Yeah, good
Good
picks,
picks.
guys.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Definitely some shitty vampire movies.
Oh, there's a
There
lot
are-
of
that aren't
there's a lot of
Twilight.
shitty
Yeah.
ones. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, Lost Boys: The Tribe was my backup
That
Yeah.
was very bad.
I picked mine
because
because
the
I
movie
was,
because the original is so good.
Yeah.
You
that's-
you
That-
want them to be good.
That's why I picked Blade Trinity because
Yeah.
it was set up to be like a really good trilogy.
Yep.
And then we were just let down at the very end.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. It could have been so good. You
Yep.
could have had
And
three
then
really
they
good
just
movies.
stopped. They
and
never
then-
even went to try to redeem
No.
themselves.
Did they make a Blade
There was
TV
a,
series?
I was just
They
going to
did,
say,
they did.
yeah,
Yeah,
there was a
I-
TV show.
Yeah.
Sticky Fingers.
Was it? Yeah,
Spike
Sticky Fingers.
TV? Was
Sticky
it?
Yeah,
Fingers,
Spike.
yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
Spike
Spike
TV show, right?
Yeah.
TV for men. I remember that. That was the
Yeah.
ad.
A manly man?
And then they showed Star Trek: The Next Generation, which I love,
Oh, Star
but
Trek,
I used
yeah.
to get
Sounds
beat up
like-
at school for liking Star Trek by the manly men that liked every other show
then
on
suddenly
It
Spike.
wasn't
the-
that you liked Star Trek. It was the other stuff that you liked, probably.
I don't think there was anything else.
'Cause
You know
they-
what I
'cause
liked
they
on
like
that?
Star
Do you
Trek,
remember when they released the like Stripperella and Gary the
Oh,
Rat?
God, yeah. I remember
I liked
that.
Gary the Rat with Kelsey Grammer. I always thought that was funny. I don't know.
He's a rat.
Gary the Rat. I like Kelsey Grammer. What can I say?
What's not to like?
Hello,
Well, there's
Seattle. I'm
probably a
listening.
lot. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good.
Derek was making a Wynn's face, so he. this was,
me?
so, no,
Not a
yeah.
Kelsey Grammer guy.
Niles.
He's more of a Niles guy. Gotcha.
I do
Me?
like Niles.
I don't know.
Fuck you!
I don't know. I don't know.
He doesn't like Niles.
Fuck me.
you, fuck
I'm
you.
their father. I'm
Yeah,
yeah, he's my favorite
I do.
franchise.
John Mahoney.
John
Darth
Mahoney.
Reynard over
Yeah,
here.
what's not to like about John Mahoney?
There's nothing to hate about
Not
John
a thing.
Mahoney. Awesome.
He was
All
the man.
Yeah,
That
he was.
fucking recliner.
All right. Great actor.
What a king.
The hell is he?
That's why I want
Bruce
one.
Willis's
I'm like
dad,
55
right?
now. I have to
Yeah.
have a recliner. I think it's required.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I think
Don't-
it's
don't
required.
Oh,
be
that
ashamed.
movie with
What's the movie with
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah. Oh God, why can't I think of it?
Striking Distance.
Thank you,
Striking
thank you,
Distance.
thank you. Good movie, so good I can't remember the
Not
title.
such a good guy in that one.
Can't be
Bruce
perfect.
Willis and the Foot.
Willis and the Foot.
Weenie and the butt. Willis and the foot.
All right, let's chow down on some main course, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Here's dinner's in the oven.
Children of the Night. What movies they make. Morbius, the man-bat of Marvel, would certainly be a cinematic sight being pitted against Vampire Hunter Blade, supernatural superhero Moon Knight, or the obvious choice, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. How awesome would that be? Well, Sony, the WB to Marvel, decided to forego good storytelling and instead give you a former C-list Joker pitted against a former Doctor Who and include nothing that would make this movie exciting. It's slow, boring, and borrows special effects from the 90s, and it stars Jared Leto and his punchable face. So, of course, it's the perfect way to launch this special Marvel edition of All Together Boys, Drink Till It's Good.
It begins!
Give us a drink. Get them all a drink there.
Hi, Lloyd. A little slow tonight, isn't it?
Tired, I'm wasted.
Is that an alcoholic beverage? I'd sell my grandmother for a drink.
Oh, just call me Billy. Everyone does.
Crazy drunk drivers. Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment.
They certainly do. They certainly do. And especially those who love these drink till it's goods that we do, which many of our listeners do. But for those who are tired of them and are wondering and are saying right now, Mark, you surprisingly handsome but incredible prick, why are we doing more drink till it's good?
That's exactly what they're saying.
I know that. I know. When you just did a whole series of 4. And the reason being is we got a lot of stuff. We got our Hammer stuff coming up. We got a special episode devoted to John Carpenter, The Thing, that's coming up. And we're not going to have a lot for a while. So we kind of have this filler time. And I figured, well,
and this is kicking it off with this one is a way for us to kind of keep current as well.
Yes, right.
Kind of.
Sort of. This one.
Well, it was re-released this past weekend.
That's
and
right.
Flopped again.
And it flopped again. But
fool me once. Shame on me.
So we're gonna have a couple drink till it's
fool
good.
me
Marbles
twice, you can't get fooled again.
Marbles. And we're gonna see where we go with this before we get into some other better stuff, and it'll be a little while. So might as well get them in now. So if you like this stuff, here's more for you. And if you don't, I don't know what to tell you.
And what's this movie called?
This movie is called Morbius.
It's Morbin time.
From 2022. A.K.A. It's Morbin time. A.K.A. Count Succula. A.K.A. Count Flopula. A.K.A. I never drink wine, but we'll start after seeing this movie. A.K.A. interview.
That's Tito's line.
A.K.A. interview with an asshole. A.K.A. hey, look, kids, it's a better Batman. Michael Keaton, who shows up in the movie.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Starring Jared Leto, Matt Smith, Arjuna, Aardvark, who cares?
Are you going to be acting after this movie?
And Tyler Gibson as the Beaver.
Tyrese,
I'm sorry.
Tyler.
Not Tyler. Tyrese.
His cousin.
Tyler Gibson
Tyler
is his less talented brother. Works in shoes or something. I don't know. Opening thoughts. Who wants to start us off? Brian, start us off.
Okay. It was disappointing.
Because okay, real quick, let's hold on before you start us off.
Wow.
I meant to
Everything
say,
was going so well.
I meant to say, Brian and I were the last to see this movie. Derek and Tito had seen this a long time ago.
That's right.
Brian and I were like, we've got
we
to
were
see
the
this
holdouts.
at some point.
And I was excited.
So now you can go.
I was excited to see this movie when obviously this movie the first trailer had come out, I think, before even the Spider-Man Far From Home had even started filming.
Yeah.
They had already had a trailer in the movies for theaters for this film, and it just kept getting pushed back and kept getting pushed back and kept getting pushed back. And I know COVID had a lot to do with that, but so I was excited at first to see it because I've always liked Morbius as a character in the Marvel comics. He was a great tortured soul, and I like that in a character. He's a reluctant monster. And so I was really looking forward to seeing the movie version of him. I don't really mind Jared Leto as an actor. He can do some really fine stuff when he wants to. So I thought, he had the look, based on what I had seen in the trailer. And again, I was really looking forward to it. But when it came out and I just saw more of the actual, not just the teaser trailer, but the trailer that they put out just before the movie came out, and then the reviews came out, and all the word of mouth saying how bad it was, I just did not rush to the theater to see this. And I'm glad I didn't, because where it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, it was still a disappointing movie. The story was all over the place. The acting was all over the place, depending on who we were talking about. It just could have been so much better. It's like we said before about something else we had watched recently. There's a good movie in there somewhere. And I don't know if it's the studio that fucked it up or what, but it's like they had put stuff where it looked like they were really going to tie it in with the Spider-Man universe, because in the trailer that they put out just before the movie hit the theaters, they showed Spider-Man's poster behind Jared Leto walking down the street, and spray painted over the poster was murderer. So it's like, oh, okay, so this is going to tie into
Far From Home.
The last Spider-Man movie, and it didn't. It was all gone from the final cut of the movie, and it was just a letdown. I did watch it twice. My wife wanted to see it, so I watched it again with her. Wow. I kind of watched it with one eye. I think I had the laptop open. I was looking at memes and shit online, but it was okay.
All right.
Yeah, and that's it.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm going next because I too saw this recently. I I knew Morbius. I knew him from the comics. He was cool. I thought it was all right. I was never a huge fan, never hated him. What turned me off to it right away was it looked like it wasn't connecting to Spider-Man. It was another movie without Spider-Man, another character without Spider-Man, like Venom, and I just think that's a dumb idea. I still think it's a dumb idea.
Yeah.
I don't care if there's a poster of him or if Michael Keaton shows up at the end, whatever. It's not enough. I want Morbius to fight Spider-Man. I want Venom to fight Spider-Man. Usual stuff. Jared Leto as an actor is all right. I'm having a hard time liking him because of all the stories I keep hearing about him and all the shit that he used to pull, like on Suicide Squad, and just, stories from other people that have met him, that have seen him in his band, and much like the whole Christian Bale thing, it's just hard, for some reason I just can't separate him from it. Yeah, and he's got a punchable face for me. There's something about it, which is why, ironically, the only time I rooted for Christian Bale was when he killed Jared Leto in American Psycho.
That's right.
It's not the worst comic book movie we've watched recently. It felt like if this had just been a 90s vampire film, I think I would have enjoyed it more on it wasn't bad level. But because this was Morbius, and because this was made in 2022, it just didn't feel like it. It felt like we were watching
and there's so much that they could tie
movie.
it into, but they didn't.
Yeah. Again, wasted. Just missed potential.
Yeah.
And,
wasted opportunity.
And I hated Matt Smith in this. I
like Matt Smith, but I agree.
I like Matt Smith too, but he was terrible.
He was one of the ones that's like, I thought that Jared Leto acted the part fine.
Okay.
But when you get to Matt Smith, he's just overacting.
Yeah.
And granted, people have said like, oh, he seems to be the only one that's really enjoying being in the movie. He looks like he's really relishing the part.
But that
of the
doesn't
villain.
mean we have to enjoy watching him all the time because he's not enjoyable to watch.
No, he's not.
Well, when you don't have eyebrows, you have to enjoy every moment you get to be on screen. So,
I mean, before he gets the serum, he's fine.
Yeah.
But once he becomes a supervillain, he does what pretty much half of the stars that play supervillains do. They feel they got to chew up the scenery and just ham it up to no end. And this was I'm talking Uma Thurman, Poison Ivy. Not as bad, but
you're right.
He was getting close.
Yeah.
Complete with a fucking dance.
Oh,
why
him
is it when
dancing
people
is so
get
goofy.
evil, they feel like
he even
they can
danced
all
in Doctor
dance.
Who, and it was goofy.
Well, I never saw Doctor Who, which is why I'm not totally writing him off because I know a lot of people like him as Doctor Who.
Oh, he was great Doctor Who.
Okay.
He was a great Doctor.
Yeah, I thought it was,
But
he's dressed like David Tennant Doctor Who in this movie.
He is a little bit, with the long
brown
trench
suits
coat.
and sneakers.
Yep.
But like I said before in the intro, Blade, Moon Knight, Spider-Man, I mean, there are characters that
they ain't got him.
Yeah, they don't got
They
him.
ain't got
I
him.
know, but I still think they could have done something a little better.
Yeah.
And I just don't think they tried. I don't think Sony tries.
Imagine if they knew how big Far From Home was going to be, and then how much people were going to love Andrew Garfield again.
Yeah.
What they could do with the Sony series and just say, fine, keep doing whatever you're doing, Disney. We're going to bring fucking Andrew Garfield back and try to do this with him. We can have two things going at the same time. You make us money, we make us money.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
I think that, it would have been worth a shot for them, but obviously they're not going to do that because they suck.
So that's my opening thought. Next.
This movie put me to sleep twice.
They had to watch it again with
I
us.
saw it opening weekend. My kid wanted to see it, and I was like, absolutely. So we went, we saw it, I fell asleep. And then I watched it with you guys, and I fell asleep. And I fell asleep at like the action scenes.
Wow.
Which is very weird. Not even like the talky, boring scenes. It was like stuff was starting to go down. Like I missed the first time I saw it. I missed that whole fight scene with him and Matt Smith, and when the girl drinks his blood or whatever. I missed that whole scene, and then I missed something that I had already seen, so it didn't matter the second time I watched it. But yeah, it just isn't.
Technically, you fell asleep twice when we watched it because I woke you up once.
Oh, you definitely did. Yeah. It was more than once. Yeah.
Tito, come on. This is research, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Derek's like, I don't want to do this alone, man.
It's a rough one.
Don't leave me, Tito.
Yeah.
And it's shorter than Fantastic Four, and I stayed up for that whole thing, and I wasn't tired at all while I was watching it. But this movie, for some reason, I don't know. I like Matt Smith. He's probably better as like a cool sidekick than he is as a supervillain.
Yeah.
And it's clear that like, they didn't have a supervillain. I actually think the Doctor probably would have been a better supervillain.
Yeah.
If he had some kind of
right.
thing going on. Because he played Moriarty.
The
guy who played Moriarty. It is Jared Harris?
Yes, Jared Harris.
Yep. He would have, I think, been a better villain than Matt Smith. I'd take Tyrese over Matt Smith probably as a villain. I don't know. He would have been stupid. But that might have been fun.
Tyrese was better than Matt Smith in this too. I'm sorry to say.
Well, it's because he didn't. He was the only actor in this that didn't really overact.
He was playing it straight the whole time.
Yeah.
It was super weird. Like,
so used to him goofing around with Ludacris.
We hungry.
This almost felt like a template for Batman Begins with him, because it was so 90s looking. I felt like with him standing with all the bats swarming around him.
Yeah.
And Derek, you had even pointed out how the score sounds a
I
lot
said
like
that.
Hans.
No, Brian did.
Oh,
I said it sounded. It's very Batman.
It really is. Yeah.
Like
and
the beating of the
I was like, oh, okay, all right. This is what Batman Begins could have been if it was shitty or shittier.
You like Batman?
I do like Batman. No, I do like Batman Begins.
So I'm out of the four of us. I'm the one. I didn't love it. No, and I agree on all the bad things that we talk about. I just feel like it had a lot of potential. It started out pretty strong. It seemed like it was going to be a good vampire movie, and it just falls apart as each act progresses. It just got worse and worse, and mainly, unfortunately, because I would say mostly because of Matt Smith, that character. I mean, he is from the comics. There is a whole backstory there.
Yeah.
But like Mark said, I mean, just Sony just does not appreciate or respect the source material, and you can tell, because Simon Stroud, who is the Tyrese Gibson character, is a big part of those comics. He's part of an organization that deals with the supernatural. He's a major player, and for them to even cast Tyrese Gibson as that part is just insulting to the character, in my opinion. I know that we all love I almost
Fast
said
and the Furious.
Yeah, I almost said Fantastic.
You almost did.
Fast and the Furious. I mean, but he is definitely a certain type of character in that you can take in small grains, and I'm not a big fan of him. But I was surprisingly, like, he was okay, because he, like you said, he played it straight. He didn't, he wasn't joking around with Ludacris or getting insulted by The Rock. But and as far as Jared Leto, at least I could forget that he was the Joker. Sometimes when an actor is like, he plays a character so bad that so many people despise and hate, like, it sticks with you and you can't get it out of your head. I was able to, but I mean, overall, I like I said, it had potential. It just falls apart the longer it goes, and they could have made a much better movie had they done a lot different. And the end credit scenes are just useless.
They just seem so tacked on.
Yeah, and like throwing in, I love Michael Keaton, but he has no place in that.
No.
And Morbius isn't really a villain. He's an anti-hero.
He's an anti-hero.
Yeah. And I think that they could have set it up. We talk about the Midnight Suns all the time. Me and you. I mean, it's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
And so, like, to get now, now you've had two. You know that Blade's coming. You've got Morbius. It's like, I want to. I get teased. I want to see this happen.
Yeah.
But they just keep shooting themselves in the foot.
I know.
And making it impossible.
And
to
what's
make
the
it
one
work.
that they're talking about doing now? Like Madam Web? Who the fuck is that?
Madam
Who
Web.
cares? Who's asking for this movie?
I don't know who's asking for a Madam Web movie.
Well, it's because they know
Spider-Man
they have the
properties they
rights
have.
to the Spider-Man universe, and they're gonna milk that for as long as they possibly can.
Yeah, but as cool as Craven is, and he is cool, I mean, a standalone movie with him without Spider-Man.
Well, Craven the Hunter has been talked about for a while. Like, they wanted to bring him into the actual Spider-Man movies, and they never did. So, I mean, I kind of understand Craven, but, like, if you're gonna make another Spider-Man movie, like, you have the rights, do Miles Morales. Everybody's clamoring for that.
Sure.
There's plenty of awesome young actors that could play him.
Yeah.
You've got, especially fresh off the popularity of the video game and
Into the
Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Like, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they're like, oh, let's just make we'll pull from this hat of properties that we own.
Yeah.
And we'll just
Well, they
make
even
that.
allude to it in the last Spider-Man movie where Jamie Foxx says, thought you'd be black.
Yeah.
You know,
Right?
Somewhere out there's got to be a black Spider-Man.
Exactly. And I do. I hope Miles shows up.
Yeah, I agree.
At least some way down the road.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do still have another Into the Spider-Verse 2 coming out soon to look forward to. I mean, at least we have
I think
that.
that's this year or next
Is
year.
it this year?
Yeah, so-
Even better.
Yes.
Into the Spider-Verse 2 Part 1, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive into this and have some drink.
Give me a scotch. I'm starving.
So we're all drinking,
All right.
we're all
Yeah,
diving. Here we
yeah.
go. And I couldn't write out an outline for time, so I'm just going by the Wikipedia outline. So at a hospital,
Why are you giving away the trade secrets?
I
Mike?
am. That's okay. That's all right. They know. They should know. They want to know how
They
we do
didn't
things.
know.
They do now.
Not everybody wants to know how the sausage
No,
is
4
made.
years.
Mark.
4 years. We owe them that much, gentlemen.
To be in the room where it happened.
Fine. It's not Wikipedia. It's
no, and you don't. It's not really a trade secret. You usually write these things up.
It's
I do. But again, I was pressed for time.
He ran
so
out of paper.
Even my intro was short.
You only have that one sheet left.
I'm out of paper.
Ink in the pen.
That's why Mark ran into the bathroom as soon as he got here. It's like, hey, I had like 3 rolls over here.
Guys, I can't do the show tonight. I'm out of paper.
My quill ran dry. At a hospital in Greece, 10-year-old Michael Morbius welcomes his surrogate brother Lucian, whom he renames Milo.
After the kid that was in that same bed that died.
Yeah.
And
Hello, new Doug. The joke was done better in Thor Ragnarok. Another day, another Doug.
Everything was done better in Thor Ragnarok. So they bond over their shared blood illness and desire to be normal. Don't we all, though? Isn't that why we come here?
We are normal.
Are we?
We just wish the rest of the world was up
catch
to
up
our
with
level
us,
of
huh?
normality.
Get with it, folks.
Get with it. Monsters
It's
are
our-
real.
it's
Science.
They're
is
getting
not.
there. They're getting there.
It's a 3 geeky dad world. You are all just living in it.
Yeah.
It's our world. You're Squirrel. You're just trying to get a nut.
You nut. Oh, it's starting already. Oh, this is so dumb.
All right.
Who wants another round of beer?
I need another round. Can you grab me another
will
one?
get you
I'm gonna
another
need it
round.
because I'm just falling asleep looking at the synopsis.
You keep reading.
Okay.
You keep reading off of
All
the
right, so yeah,
Wikipedia, and I'll go
they're
get you something.
bonding. I wish I was normal, and I wish I was normal. We can be the normal brothers or whatever, and they get beat up a lot when they're kids. And, their adoptive father and hospital director Nicholas arranges for Morbius to attend medical school in New York while he focuses on caring.
Because he's a genius who
He is a
fixed
genius.
the sump pump.
Yeah, fix the sun phone. The shitter was full. Honey, have you checked the shitter?
What the hell is it called? The dialysis machine.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
But it's like the furthest.
It was-
thing.
I know
was
it
the
is.
blood
I know it
filter.
is. I don't know what made me think sump pump, but he fixes it with a
Something
spring
going
from
on
a
in your
pen.
basement, like he fixes this.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta go to Mexico then.
Yeah.
They shit a lot down there, man. All their food. Oh.
It took a team of doctors to put this thing together. And you fix it with this out of a ballpoint pen?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Quick drink.
And that's the thing too. Is it like it?
That's good. Keep this going.
That's another thing that I don't like about this movie. Well, especially the beginning, they jump around way too much. Like it's all over the place. Like 1 minute he's at the cave with the bats, and then he's a kid, and then he's graduating from med school or making some type of speech or something.
Yeah.
Which he doesn't. Didn't he
Right.
blow up the King of Sweden or something for the?
Yeah,
they were calling it
that's
the
right.
Nobel Prize, not the Nobel Prize. It was a Nobel
Nobel.
Prize.
Prize. It's true.
'Tis a Nobel Prize.
Art is a remorseless eating machine.
Aye, the hot pants.
I can't come back from that. Oh, God, help us. 25 years later, a long time, Morbius publicly declines a Nobel Prize. There we go. For his work with synthetic blood. His colleagues, Martine Bancroft discovers he is secretly
No relation to Anne.
no Mrs. Robinson trying to seduce Jared Leto in this movie. He has secretly captured dozens of vampire bats from Costa Rica in the hopes of splicing their genes with his own to cure his condition. Seems like the smart thing to do if you're a genius who can fix a sub pump. Absolutely.
Fuck you.
The pen spring.
I genuinely think that's a better story. I think.
Right?
I totally do. I would.
My
that's the
basement's
movie.
flooded. Morbius fixed it.
Michael Morbius, plumber at large.
Saw vamped out. He's got a little hat. Hey, he's got a little vampire plumber crack hanging
Well, here's
out.
your problem. A dead rat.
Somebody switched this pipe from good to evil.
This thing's full of blood.
Can I have that? That's how he drinks blood, by the way.
It would have been a lot better. A lot cooler if they used that sound effect.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, someone on YouTube needs to make an overlay like audio for this movie now.
And then the little saw strip, saw sip at the end. When you're just about out of a drink and you hear the gurgling noise. I don't know what it's called. Whose idea was it to do this? Oh, ours.
Yours.
Mine. Way to go, Mark. You bastard. Gene Swizzle.
25 years later.
After informing Milo, I want to call him Milo, but Milo
Miloš.
Oh, they call him Miloš. After informing, I'm going to call him Miloš. They call him
Belloc.
Dr. Morbius. Again, you see, there is no sub pump that you can find that I
can't
cannot
possess.
take away. See, it works on every level, Derek.
does.
You've created,
I'm glad I
you've
did it.
created gold right
It's
here.
elevated comedy.
Yes, that's what it is. Our egos are elevated because we're the only ones thinking this shit's funny.
No,
right
you know what it is? It's our blood level, our alcohol.
now.
Yeah.
It sure is. Yeah.
I'm going to name my production company B37. Instead of A24.
That's
Get it?
just what they're expecting you to do.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
We call Derek Sweet Pea because
Yeah.
he's diabetic. No.
Lost my foot. They call me Stumpy.
We're known for not counting right. You gotta go 826 or 830.
Well,
You
37
can't-
is my favorite number.
Yeah.
Whatever. I was
Really?
doing my own thing.
37, Derek. 37.
Crap on my joke.
In a row?
Bingo!
That's right. Exactly.
After informing Milo of his planned illegal experiment, Morbius receives funding from him to outfit a private mercenary vessel in international waters
vessel.
with his equipment.
A Soviet
They're looking
vessel.
for nuclear vessels. I spit on my own arm. That's disgusting.
I think they're across the bay in Alameda.
Alameda, that's what they
That's
said.
what they said, Alameda.
Oh, why aren't we watching that? That had a sub pump.
It
Sure
did.
did. I'm very excited for sub pumps tonight for some reason. I have many, many horrible problems, and I lost my place, which is why.
See, this is why you should stick to paper.
Yeah,
know, right?
see,
Not plastic.
You mock me. But okay, so while the cure works, it transforms Morbius into I could have called that. It transforms Morbius into a vampire who
living
kills
vampire.
and drains the crew of their blood after they attack him out of fear.
See, now that scene was awesome. Like, I liked
That was
that
a good
scene.
scene. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole part on the boat was like,
Yep.
was
The
what
name-
made me think, like,
The
oh,
name
this
of
is
the
a
boat
good
was
vampire
the
movie.
Murnau.
Yes.
Another good part. Yeah.
Call back to F.W. Murnau,
All
right.
Director of
directed the original
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu movie in 19...
22 something. Yeah, Klaatu, Parada, necktie.
I believe it's 1922, but I
I think
could
it was
be
22.
wrong. The
You gonna take bets?
podcaster
If only we
is
had a
wrong.
Tito.
I know.
If only we had a Tito.
Did anybody else say anything besides 1922?
No.
No.
And then you're both right.
Yay! We know things. We
So
are
it has
smart.
been 100 years.
It has been.
Yeah.
So this movie gets a star for that. Yeah.
That's insane.
In the membrane.
I think that's why Joe Bob did it like 2 weeks ago. It didn't.
That was a special.
100th
yeah.
anniversary.
Well, it was released in the United States in 1929.
Oh.
So we didn't get it till much later.
Because
we almost didn't get it at all.
Because of what's her name? Stoker's widow.
Stoker's widow.
Because Morbius
What's her?
got hold of it on the boat on its way over from Europe, and he almost ruined it all.
Damn you, Mrs. Stoker.
He almost ruined the film.
Matt Smith danced all over the print.
That's it.
Oh, look at me, I'm so evil. That's him. He sounds like a fucking leprechaun. La, ta, 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 ta. I'm a fucking vampire.
Jesus.
No, Matt Smith. That's your dad joke. I got them all.
All right, so go ahead.
I can't. I lost my spot yet again.
He's
The
on
ship. The ship. He's on the ship.
The ship. My kingdom for a ship.
Yeah, so he attacks people as a vampire. He kills them, drains them. It is a good scene.
That's what vampires do,
Yep,
yeah.
that's he does, and he
Really,
does it very
everything
well.
up until this point, I was like, okay, this isn't bad.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good start.
the
A
boat,
promising
and
And then almost immediately after this,
They're off the boat.
well,
And off the rails.
They went off
and
the boat.
into the ocean, like Jack and whatever the hell her name was.
Diane.
There's a little ditty.
Like Jack and Diane. Drowned off the Titanic. It was really sad.
Oh, Rose.
Rose, thank you.
Oh, okay,
Thank
that's
you.
the one.
Yeah. Yep.
pay me like your French girls.
That's what I tell Mark, because he's the artist.
That's true.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
I've drawn you all like a French girl. They're in a special file. Yeah.
How big are my boobs?
Look, the kid's got bosoms. Who's gonna watch out?
They're beautiful. They're real and they're spectacular. Once the bloodlust subsides and he regains his senses, a horrified Morbius erases all CCTV footage of his experiment before contacting the authorities and jumping overboard. So Geronimo,
Just like this movie.
yeah.
Just like the audience.
Speaking of overboard, remember Kurt Russell? No,
I love that
nothing
movie.
to do. That has nothing to do with this.
Great film.
Morbius returns to New York and discovers he now has superhuman strength, speed, reflexes, and echolocation.
He does.
With his vampire bats treating him
a
as a
sort
bat.
of bat radar, if you will.
Ooh. Ooh. And all his little vampire bats are now his children, or they're
Children of the night.
the children of the night.
Babies. They're his babies.
They're his babies. Oh.
Can communicate with them.
Junior bats. The children. I love vampire bats and blood. It's for the children. What's why we're sharing blood? That's why we're sharing the blood. Hey, blood.
Don't bite the bubbles.
Don't bite the bubbles.
Don't bite
Bubbles. Bubbles. Little vampire monkey. Got a little vampire monkey named Bubbles.
That would be a movie I want to see.
Michael Jackson as Morbius? He kind of looked like him for a while.
He had no nose. Sometimes he had no nose. No, I want to see. I want to see a movie about a vampire monkey.
King Kongula. It could work, sure. Okay, there's a lot of words I don't understand here, and vampire bats treat him like a bat. To control his bloodlust, he subsists on his synthetic blood until it gradually ceases to satisfy his needs.
That's right.
FBI agent Simon Stroud and Al Rodriguez investigate Morbius.
Rodriguez.
Al Rodriguez. Was he the
He was the John Leguizamo.
the target version?
Slash
Leguizamo.
Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to think of. John Leguizamo and Fred Armisen had a kid. You'd have this guy with a porn stash.
But he was funny.
He was.
He was one of the
Funny-ish.
better actors to watch.
Yeah.
Funny-ish, not over the top, not too annoying. He looked like a porn star in the 70s, and that's fine because this movie was really in the 90s. So, that's retro upon nothing. But, yeah, I like them.
Even the titles were retro.
They were
the,
with
the
that
pink and blue neon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So were they doing it on purpose?
I think they were.
That shiny metal.
I'm gonna go ahead and lie and say yes, they did it all on purpose.
That doesn't really help the movie, but maybe you
That's
give it a little
Sony's
more
brilliant
credence.
plan.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
you know?
It was my plan all along. That's how Sony sounds. Like everybody from Sony who works at Sony sounds like Skeletor. Sony, Disney, you will not get a hold of Morbius. Yeah, why not? While checking on a hospitalized Bancroft, Morbius finds a dead nurse drained of her blood. Believing he was responsible, he attempts to escape before being cornered and arrested.
That was kind of
Another cool
scene
scene with the lights.
It's
Yeah.
kind of a
with
cool
the lights going on the
scene.
hallway, and then she gets killed.
Like we said, like Brian said, like somebody said, there is a good movie mixed in there, as is the case with a lot of these bad superhero movies we talk about. And like Derek says, they don't respect
The
source
source
material.
material.
And like
Absolutely.
Tito says, me. So, there, I have quoted you all.
Tito says, "Come home, Morbius."
Come home.
Tito says, that's just Morbius, man. That's just Morbius.
Morbius being Morbius.
You know what's? I think it's just really tough. You got these characters who are like, I don't know what alphabet list were C, D, E. Like Morbius isn't like a superstar.
No. He'd be
And
like a
these movies, I think,
C-lister.
are just like they're deep diving kind of to characters that like. So here's the thing: a more comic accurate Morbius might be really awesome for us.
Yeah.
I don't know that the
He was
studio
pretty damn
audience
close, though.
would differentiate
Yeah.
between like
Well,
a
looks
less
wise,
and more.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
I
a
don't
good
know
point.
that somebody who's not into Morbius is going to know either way.
Yeah.
If it sucks, it sucks.
I mean, yeah, it is Sony. I was going to say, like, Marvel did so well with a lot of C-list characters, but then again, this was Marvel Studios, not Sony, so they didn't have the
And that's the
chops to
thing
pull
is
it
Sony
off.
does not have as deep a well to
Yeah.
pull from.
Right.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
So they're taking whatever they think will stick.
Yeah, hence why you have a Madam Web movie coming
Dude, that's
out.
what,
Right.
so is it any
But
any
Morbius
character
should
who-
work. Like Morbius is a character that like I see. I don't even think of him as. I mean, I know he is a Spider-Man character, but like I don't even look at him that way.
Yeah.
I prefer his solo stuff.
Right.
You know,
I
where-
agree. Is it only because did he debut in a Spider-Man comic? Is
Yeah, I
that
was
why
gonna
he's
ask-
more
I was gonna
associated
ask
with
that too.
Spider-Man? Because I know him more from like the Midnight Suns in his own book.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I'm
all the
wondering
stuff
like
that came out in the
what,
90s.
Yeah, what encompasses right Spider-Man properties, right? I don't know. Punisher debuted in a Spider-Man, but he wasn't. He's not a Sony property.
No, that's true.
I don't know.
You're right
what-
about that.
Where's the who
Yeah.
knows what's
Where's the line?
where's the line?
It's,
Yeah.
it's a very gray area.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. Sony should just give it all up.
Totally.
Agreed.
You know, or even if they like, just say here, you can have it back. Just give us a portion. Like we still own the rights.
I
but
think
we're gonna
Disney would
let
be
you
fine
do
with
it.
that.
Yeah, they totally
This
would.
is
Yeah.
about.
Because Disney would knock it out of the park.
Disney's been really good about not like butting in, as far as I can tell. Outside of like that James Gunn stuff, but like I don't know.
And even
was
that,
like-
they learned their lesson.
That was kind of
Well,
like
obviously
they were
too
like,
big. It was like too big
come
for
back.
them.
yeah,
Yeah.
we shouldn't have overstepped.
That was a
Come
big,
back, Joey Jojo.
But yeah, they for the most part they've stayed out of the way. Sony doesn't have anybody to report to.
Yeah,
but
they
Sony.
don't
I got
have
that
that
right.
kind of credit. You got
I
that
didn't
reference,
got that.
right?
I didn't
Yeah.
get it.
Brian
I thought it was stupid, so
I'm looking like
I just glossed over it.
This is not the time nor the place. So I missed a little bit. I skipped ahead when
guess
I
I'm just gonna be
mentioned
forever in the
Bancroft.
dark,
I forgot to mention that
I don't know Joey
Milo learns that Morbius is cured, but he becomes furious when Morbius refuses to cure him as well.
Yeah.
and then they check on.
Because
the
it's a
nurse.
curse.
It's a curse, Milo. Milo, you don't want this. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, no, it's Matt Smith in this. Oh, yes, I do. Ta-ta-tee, ta-ta. I want the blood to make me a Lucky Charm vampire.
And it does.
It would be better
it
if this
does.
dude was actually Irish. Would make more sense. Whatever. Doesn't matter. No,
would it? Would it though?
No, it wouldn't at all.
I did like the vampire effects.
I did not.
I thought Morbius himself. I
Morbius
thought
was
those
okay.
were great.
Like
I
Morbius
thought they were
looked just
great.
I
so
didn't-
comic accurate.
Yeah, but I didn't get like the smoky trails.
Yeah.
That like
Yeah, that I didn't like. The
It
like
was
the
like
whole
pixie dust,
Well,
man.
and it was like it varied like depending on what he was wearing.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. It's like
what is this?
like when he put on the
Colors,
cloak with the purple.
Yeah, and when he was
all-
wearing the like
and
the
the
prison
orange
uniform,
prison-
yeah, it was all orange.
Yeah,
It was fun.
You were sleeping. What do you know? You know nothing.
It was a lot of fun. So what I'm just
That's why
we
it
were
was
just
fun.
cruising around
It
through
was
the
fun
air,
sleeping through this movie.
leaving a trail for everyone to find him.
Yeah, and that's just Morbius, man.
That's just
On
Morbius, man.
Morbius. Don't know when I'll be. Believing he was responsible, Morbius attempts to escape before being cornered and arrested.
Responsible
in
for the
prison.
death of the nurse.
That's
we're,
right.
we're jumping back into this.
We're back into to the nurse. He is visited by Milo, who offers to use his wealth to free him. Upon realizing Milo took his cure and killed the nurse, Morbius escapes to confront him. Bad Milo, he says. And that's not in here.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Bad Milo.
Milo confesses to his bloodlust-induced crime and urges Morbius to embrace his own power as he has. Unwilling to hurt his brother, Morbius flees. Jerk. Morbius meets Bancroft to explain what Milo has done before acquiring a new lab and developing an antibody against vampirism, because you can, to stop and kill Milo. Kill Milo. See, that would have been a good name for this one. Kill Milo. Kill Milos. He also plans to use it on himself since he will become unable to resist his bloodlust.
Morbius rocking the yellow jumpsuit.
Stroud and Rodriguez find footage of
The
one
end.
of Milo's attacks. Seriously, man.
That's
And believing
And they all hit their heads.
vampirism to be spreading, release it to the media. Nicholas recognizes Milo and Ripley pleads with him to stop.
I love that you're having so much trouble with that name.
I am having so much. I just want to say Milo.
4 letters.
I know. I'm sorry.
Milo.
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 Yeah.
That's
I
Milo.
notice.
Angered by Nicholas's perceived preference for Morbius, Milo wounds and forces him to call Morbius, who watches Nicholas die while Milo attacks Bancroft. Morbius returns to Bancroft, but she dies in his arms.
Oh, the
and
doctor
he drinks her
dies.
blood. The
Right.
doctor.
You know
the
what would have been really
doctor
cool
dies.
if at the end Milo was like, "My name isn't fucking Milo,"
It's Milo.
and killed Morbius.
No, it's
and then it just ended. It's Lucius or Lucian or
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah,
I thought that
Lucius.
might have been cool.
Lucian.
Stop calling me fucking
Lucian.
Milo. And
My
staked him
name
right through the heart.
is Horace.
I could hit him over the head with something real hard until he fell asleep.
Hey, Bat Kid
Good job. My name
is Milo.
I don't know.
Lucian. I forget.
It's Milo, damn it, and just take it. Morbius confronts Milo and summons an army of bats to restrain him and inject the antibody.
Which is so awful.
This, I mean,
The only thing that
whole
would've made-
act is
the only
just,
thing that would've
There
made
was an
that scene-
there was
what?
a, yeah,
the
there
only
was
thing that would have made
that's-
that
yeah.
thing look cool is if it had done like Doctor Strange and he had made a cape out of the bats.
Oh, that would have been awesome. Yeah,
That would have been cool.
they made I missed.
You completely
that.
forgot the
Yes.
anti. Yeah,
That's when he fell asleep.
I was
the
sure.
anticoagulant.
Yeah, there's an
There's a-
antibody.
I thought he
Shoot,
just
zap 'em.
killed him.
X-Men 3 style.
Yeah.
Zap
I
'em.
don't remember any
shoot
of
'em.
that.
That's
Oh.
right. That's right. The cure.
It's an easy way out for a writer.
Yeah.
Oh, just create.
For a writer.
Shoot him with this dart. He'll be fine. Oh, instantly.
That's just lazy writing.
No,
You
it's
wrote
not.
a bad movie, PT.
That's poetry, Brian.
They made it. Oh my
Poison
God.
darts. They made an antibody.
That's how he gets him. That's how he gets him in the end.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Kino made up his own ending in his dream.
It happened 5 minutes after the opening credits.
Mobius got the
Girl
girl.
turned to smoke and disappeared,
Blah, blah, blah.
never to be seen or heard from again.
Blah, blah, blah.
Milo should have said he was having a good time being a vampire. He
Oh,
could've
if
been like,
anyone
hey.
was gonna say it,
Yeah.
Milo would've
Hey,
said
Morbius,
it.
did you see Hotel Transylvania? Blah, blah, blah. Aren't I funny and topical? No? Fuck off. Milo dies and Morbius flies off with the bats. Whee! Mourning his loved ones and embracing his identity as a vampire. I'm Morbius. He doesn't do that, but he might as well.
And like a Hammer film, as soon as the monster's dead, the movie's over.
Oh, you think?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
except for
There's a
except for the.
mid-credits
Oh, there's a little cool shout out
Well,
to
there-
Venom in the movie
Yeah.
too. We glanced by that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's Stroud and
He's like breaking the guy's arm or whatever. And he's like, "Who are you?" I'm Venom. Oh, I do remember
Oh,
the
that's
scene
right.
where they make the fucking potion.
It took Venom, but he did.
The potion.
The potion.
yeah, when the kid, right?
Yeah,
He breaks the kid's hand, and he's like, "That'll heal."
I
up."
for this one to come home.
That's
No, but they reference Venom a couple times because yes, you're right.
Oh, the thing in San
He says the
Francisco.
thing.
Yes,
he says
you're
he's
right.
Venom, and then
Okay.
and then Stroud and Leguizamo.
they're trying to connect this
Like
world.
Johnny
They
Thighs.
They're really trying to connect this world.
I give him credit for trying, and I scoff because they
Yeah.
are failing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Unbeknownst.
Yeah, like why didn't the end credit scene have Venom instead of Like that would have made more sense.
That would have been cooler too.
Than
Yeah.
Much
Vulture.
as I love Michael Keaton as Vulture, that would have made more sense.
Or Carnage or fucking whoever. I don't
Yeah,
know, man.
Madam Web. Hello, Sonny.
Craven.
Can you give me a ride on your bats?
Madam Web's cool. She always wears sunglasses.
Yeah, I remember her from
She's fun.
I thought Madam Web was the keeper of that big web from Krull.
Krull. That's what I was thinking too. Isn't that Madam Web?
Hourglass. Yeah, with the hourglass. Yeah.
Different web, better web too.
Better Web.
Spiders, an obvious spiders. Unbeknownst to him, Bancroft is revived as a vampire herself, but no one cares. Elsewhere,
Martine, yeah.
having ingested a drop of Morbius's blood whilst he was feeding on her. In the film's mid and post-credit scenes, Adrian Toomes finds himself transported to Morbius universe. Having deduced that his transportation involved Spider-Man, Toomes approaches Morbius and suggests that
Because
they form
reasons.
a team.
Because exactly.
Reasons?
Like, here, let's make a scene that's going to make every person that goes to see this movie say, what the fuck?
And they did.
Like, all of a sudden, he has...
Sony really thought that people were gonna stand up and
He has the
cheer.
Vulture suit that he wouldn't have had
Yeah.
in this universe. He's, like...
Because he didn't build it.
Well,
Yeah.
there's no Chitauri technology there either.
Yeah.
And, like, well, no, and, like,
work from.
and on top of it, like, even if there was...
true.
Like, he's, like, talking about... He mentions Spider-Man to him.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well,
But
Morbius
there's no
hasn't had
Spider-Man.
any connection with the Spider-Man, so
Right.
why is he...
Yeah.
You know, why is he a perfect person
Exactly. He's talking to him like he should know what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
because there is they like you said. Somebody said they removed the poster. There's no poster of Spider-Man in the
Right.
movie, and Venom 2 hadn't come out yet, so you can have that post.
that flop?
So
This came out before Venom. Let There Be Carnage.
no, this
no,
came out
well,
after.
they
right?
started
but did
making
they
it.
but they filmed
It
it.
was
Yeah, I
it
think
was
they-
finished
Yeah.
before.
Oh, okay.
Oh, was it?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I wonder how
they
many
pushed
people, how many more people saw this because of that Michael Keaton cameo in the trailer.
I did.
Right?
You're like, right?
I did. I'm
Like,
wrong.
imagine if
Yeah.
it wasn't there. How many? I like,
You
I don't
know,
know, like
it makes
12
me
more people
disappointed.
saw it. I don't
It makes
know.
me disappointed in Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton should have been like, you know what, this doesn't make any sense. I'm not doing this.
No, Michael
This is-
Keaton's like, oh, I'm buying my 5th summer home with this paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm-
How many dollars?
I didn't see Morbius, but I did see this.
I saw the speedboat it bought, and it's awesome.
Speedboat. Go faster. No on the speedboat. Well, it isn't.
He's making up for lost time, right?
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's embraced the comic
He's
book
like,
world.
whatever. You're gonna give me
Yes.
money.
He's
give me
coming.
some money.
Yeah, he's coming back. Full in
circle.
The Flash
He's back.
movie.
He's Batman.
Batgirl. It's like, yeah, I'll be Vulture. I'll be
He's
anybody
gonna
you
he's gonna
wanna
be Batman until he dies now.
I imagine he
Fine.
wasn't
He's
getting
gonna
like,
continue
crazy
to play
praise.
old Batman.
He's not. Listen.
Well, I hope so, because then maybe we'll get a shot at
We're
the
gonna get
Batman
Batman.
Beyond.
We are. We're gonna get Batman Beyond. I
Oh
guarantee
God,
it. I
it
would
is
put money on it.
so easy to do.
Yep.
You can do it. Warner
He's gonna
Brothers
be
and
in
Discovery.
Batgirl.
Can't be done.
Can't be done.
It can.
Says Tito.
It can and it will. It can and it will.
Derek says it
Not
can.
in our lifetime.
Tito
Bet
says
me.
it can.
Bet me.
Oh, whoa. All right. Well, that's the movie, guys.
What movie?
Blade Trinity.
Might as well.
Is this a drink till it's good?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to say yes. I think if you drink enough, I think you will laugh at a lot of the stupidity in it and have a good time.
We are now.
I enjoy it. And I mean, even especially now that I know that it like that movie, that great movie that I thought I was going to see in the beginning doesn't get better. It just gets hokey. I wish that it ended differently, and I wish that, I mean, the whole like Matt Smith just
Oh,
Goddamn
he
Matt
Uma Thurman, that shit, man.
yeah, totally.
That's a new thing that we say in my
I think we should
hood.
call it Matt Smithing.
You scale Matt Smith back. Is it better?
I think. Well,
I think it'd be better if it was just a 90s
it would be
vampire movie.
it would be lacking a story. But I think if you had just focused on Morbius and his like confliction with what like the drive to feed on people,
Being chased by the FBI, that might have been cool.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
fucking-
Or make it a. I mean, granted.
What's the Harrison Ford movie?
The
What's it?
Fugitive.
More
The Fugitive.
fugitive style. Yeah.
Exactly.
I would have liked
Had
that one.
this
Or make it. I mean, if they had worked with Disney and they were able to have made it about Blade versus Morbius, that would have made more sense.
That would have made more sense.
Especially
Disney's
because
trying
they're
to
both.
blow the load on
I like where you were
Morbius.
going the first time, Derek.
Yeah.
Disney doesn't
We're
wanna
like
do that.
we're like he's like conflicted. He's doesn't want to feed on people, but he has to.
Yep.
And the FBI is after him, and they call on Jonathan Harris's or Jared Harris's character, and he kind of becomes like a Van Helsing. Now he's helping to hunt him down because he knows what he's all about, and he's like, well, he's the one who synthesizes the cure. He could be the one that synthesizes the cure, but Morbius is starting to get like more and more like vampiric. Like he's starting to really enjoy the taste of blood.
Patient zero, so
he's patient zero.
Yeah.
You know, and like, so like he could start
like
developing like a brood of vampires.
That's what I like about the two of them is that they're both.
See, we're right in here.
They're both good.
Like, much better movie.
Like technically, him and Blade are both good vampires. They're vampires that hunt other vampires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The only difference is that Blade doesn't give in to his hunger and feed on bad people. Morbius does. Morbius needs the blood to survive. Blade really doesn't need blood.
Yeah.
You know, he uses the serum or whatever, but he doesn't need to feed on people. But they're essentially, I mean, that's why they work so well together. It's just, I don't know.
It's a missed opportunity.
It's not happening.
No. This movie is a movie
we'll have
that
to do a
should
3GD presents.
Yeah.
Get it out of your head, Derek. It's not happening.
This is a movie that should have happened in the 90s where you picked it up
Tito
from
the Dream Killer.
You picked it up from Blockbuster. And just because you had nothing better to watch, there was nothing out. It's one of those movies where had it been a movie in the 90s and it was the last thing
it definitely
on the show,
belonged to be a 90s
it would have been better.
Movie.
It would have been it's enjoyable for drunken people.
Better than Elektra.
Yeah.
Same movie, it makes a shit ton of money, and I'd be talking like, oh, that was such a cool movie. I loved it when I was growing up.
But it's nothing now.
I didn't fall asleep.
I didn't fall asleep once.
I was wired on Jolt Soda.
All right. Did we get everybody? Brian, Tito, did you have? Yeah. Did you have a say? Want to say? Say something.
Don't say it.
All right.
Do you have words?
Don't bother.
Okay. Don't
use
bother.
your words. Use your words.
Don't bother.
Yeah.
I don't drink, so I'm just.
They're all drink till it's good.
Way to
Tito.
shatter the illusion.
I
Tell
know,
me
right?
you're killing the
Well, they
magic.
know.
The fans didn't know.
Yeah.
What are you drinking there, Tito?
They thought you were the drunkest
It's
one
the
of them
newest
all.
vodka-infused water.
I don't drink, and I'll see just about anything, but I won't recommend just about anything. So yeah, I'm gonna.
They thought you were the drunkest one.
If you get drunk,
He's our
you're just gonna
designated
fall
driver.
asleep, and they're just gonna fall asleep. I
You
fall
do
asleep
that anyway.
sober twice.
Tito is our DD.
Designated.
Yeah,
I see what
that's
you did
it.
there.
I keep you guys from driving off the road.
He's like, no, you guys really don't want to like this movie. No. It's fucking terrible.
Okay. Don't listen to them. They've had a few.
That's hilarious. Give me your Netflix account.
Morbius
Give me your Netflix account. Do not watch this
Don't
movie.
listen to him.
Yeah.
I'm taking all your streamings away. You are not seeing this movie.
I
No
can
streams
stop anytime I
till you're
want,
sober.
Tito.
No streaming
I will
till
turn
the
this
morning.
couch right around.
So yeah, Morbius, see it or don't, I guess, is whatever.
That's a
I mean, the
lie.
good thing about this is that because it's Sony, it's not like you have to see this movie to connect to other movies. Like Marvel movies, you kind of have to see things because eventually they're gonna connect it to something.
Yeah.
Whereas Sony's just so bad at connecting everything that you're not gonna miss anything.
Doesn't matter.
Because I guarantee they're not even like seriously, they're not even going to deliver on this whole end credit scene.
No.
Probably because of how many people think that it was stupid. They're just going to pretend like they never did it. So like the next movie is not going to, you're not going to see Michael Keaton as the Vulture and Jared Leto as Morbius. It's not going to happen.
All right. Okay, so for our Geek Flag Flying, we're doing something different tonight.
Yeah.
The Black Adam trailer dropped, and none of us have seen it yet. So you, folks at home, are going to witness us watching this trailer for the first time.
I watched it twice already.
Did you really?
No.
You really are
Just the worst.
Go over there.
We got to get Tito on the company email.
Get Derek on the company
Didn't
insurance.
you get the memo? Yeah, can you see?
I barely,
All
but
right,
it's
come-
okay.
come
It's all right. No, it's just Black. I can't stand Black Adam. I'm looking
forward to Way to make your Geek Flag fly,
I
Derek.
just want to see Dr. Fate.
We all do.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, here we go.
Let's see if we can get some sound.
Yeah,
on
for the
this thing.
Fate.
Oh, that works.
Black Adam. What have your powers ever given to you? Nothing but heartache.
There he is, Dr. Fate.
I was a slave
Kanye
until
West.
I died.
Nice.
Then I was reborn a god.
Yeah, The Rock.
My son sacrificed his life to save me.
Oh, I remember this from the teaser.
Yeah.
Yep. This is cool.
Dude, Derek, don't throw shots. The Rock is going to bring DC back.
Yeah.
With this movie, watch.
I don't know about
He's
that.
going to. Oh my God.
He's going to be the next Batman.
There's Hawkman. We saw Adam Smasher.
Ooh, oh, the helmet.
Oh, Dr. Fate.
So beautiful.
Look at all of these JSA people.
Oh, look at that.
Well, I do.
Hawkman.
Wait, are those the Shazam kids?
It looked like it, right? With their
Yeah.
uniforms on, or different color shirts.
meet the future. You have two choices.
Cool.
Be the destroyer of this world.
Nice.
Just it's a little bit of a play to Iron Man.
I put that meme up already. Did
Oh,
you
did
see
you?
it? Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Explosions. Got the hood. Love the hooded.
Nice.
Black Adam.
Oh, he looks so badass right
It
there.
looks cool. Nice right there.
I like the
Window.
tattered
This
cloak.
is cool.
Oh, I love that.
That's all
stand-up comedian. I love that guy. Oh, that was
just catch a rocket?
pretty good.
Nice.
Are they on the Mystery Machine?
Does look like that.
Right.
Nah. Cool music. I think so. Derek's like October.
Not a Kanye West fan.
Oh, Kanye sucks.
I like that.
As does The Rock, so it's fitting.
All right.
It's
Dude.
fitting. I just don't
So much
like
love,
him. I
Derek.
just don't like. No, I mean it looks great. It looks great.
He's movie Viagra.
I'm
is what
sure.
The Rock is. He's going to.
Dwayne
He's
The Rock
gonna, like,
hard.
Dude, you're waiting on Henry Cavill to come back. You don't need him. The Rock is going to fucking bring DC back.
Boo.
Watch.
Either one's fine with me. Both or either.
I'm psyched to see
gonna-
Dr. Fate
He's
still.
going to crush it.
They all look good. I mean, that 2 seconds I saw of Adam Smasher is great. Hawkman
Well, that
looks
but
good.
that was
There's
the same
another
shot. That
character
was the same shot we
I'm
saw.
not familiar with. There's another actress in the movie or a character that I'm not familiar with.
Oh.
I think which is that green spinning thing you see.
Yeah.
I thought it was a hint to Green Lantern, honestly.
No, I don't
That's
think
what
it is.
thought.
That's
There's
wishful thinking.
Yeah, I
There's a
think it
third-
is
There's
wishful
like a
thinking.
fourth hero in this movie, and
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with her at
It's
all.
America Chavez.
I could be.
You may. It starts with a C. I think it might be like Cyclone or something.
Cyclone.
The Green Cyclone.
What do you, the listeners at home, think?
I will say, I think Hawkman has one of the coolest names ever. Carter Hall. I love Carter Hall.
All right.
I love
Awesome.
that name.
Yep. Great name.
Oh no.
Great character.
Oh yeah, Cyclone.
Thanagarian.
Maxine
Cyclone?
Hunkel. Cyclone.
There you go. There
That's
you
her
go.
name. I'm
Cyclone.
not familiar with her. And that actress Sarah Shahi, who was in the car, plays Isis.
Oh, no way.
Isis.
Almighty Isis.
ISIS.
Nice.
Remember?
That's
Almighty
I didn't know
from
she.
the
Well, I
70s?
should have known. I should have known that she was going to be in it.
Sam tie-in.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Nice.
I hope we do see. I mean, we've got to see.
So who the hell are those
Shazam.
kids? Are those kids the Shazam kids?
They didn't
Doesn't
look like
say.
it.
They didn't.
The Marvels?
At first, I thought maybe
Right?
it was too, but I mean, they're making that movie, so.
Yeah.
And that guy driving the car was Mo Amer. I don't know if you guys are a stand-up comedian. He's very
I
funny.
didn't know who he was.
Real funny dude. So I imagine he's the comic relief in this film.
Cool.
Looked like it. Did you just catch a rocket?
Yeah, right.
But Rock's, I mean, playing it deadpan and straight in this, or just looking menacing so far. I don't know if he cracks a one-liner or not.
I
but
mean, he's really good at
pretty
doing. I don't
damn
know how
ripped.
many of these Fast and the Furious films you've seen, Mark, but he
Why you
plays-
don't like The Rock?
I have
He
seen
plays
enough
I Don't
Rock
Give a Fuck
movies to
really
know
well.
that. I
overrated.
mean, I agree with you 100%. I like him. I do, and I think it's.
I mean, it's it's good
What do you-
casting. If
can
he's
I-
gonna, if we're gonna have to, if we're gonna be force fed The Rock as a superhero, like comic book hero,
I don't think
character,
anybody else is feeling force
Then
fed by this.
Listen.
I think you're the
No,
only one.
He
man.
very easily could have jumped onto any Marvel movie and it would have
Mm-hmm.
been a fucking hit.
Yeah.
He chose Black Adam,
Yeah.
the most random character that nobody on earth.
And
is
he-
slightly
He's the one who wanted to
He
do it. He's
loves
been
this
championing
character.
this.
He's been fighting
There
for this
is
for a while.
there's
Yeah.
a
So, I mean,
commitment to
that's-
this character.
You know what?
That's-
All right, but I still, I don't.
You're not a fan. You're
Not a fan.
So
Just
we'll
wait.
see this and then you'll fall in love with it.
Yeah.
No,
I was
no.
just
Go
gonna
see
say
it.
No, I
it's
won't.
a patent.
You're gonna be like Robert who?
Yeah.
The Batman what?
Rock Pattinson.
Rock Pattinson.
You're gonna have 2 posters on your wall next year.
I want to have a Dwayne. I want a Johnson. I want to be in the middle of a Johnson Pattinson.
sandwich.
And Mark spits on the tree.
We're gonna have to find somebody else for you to hate after this movie comes out.
Well, I still hate
That is a
what's her
terrible
face?
sandwich. That's really big on top.
Brie Larson.
No, that's that's all right.
Yeah, but Brie Larson isn't The Rock. That's Apple. I mean, come on. I don't know. I think it looks good. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
It looks fun. They're keeping that same style. It looks like with all their movies as far as like the costumes.
Yeah.
I do
Well,
appreciate
that was
that.
the big thing. Did you Blue Beetle? The
Blue
Beetle.
I'm very excited
Awesome.
for that fucking spot on.
I can't pronounce his name, but the kid from
it's
Sholo.
Oh, it's
Sholo.
Yeah,
No,
it's spelled with
it's,
an X though.
Not The Rock.
No, it's not.
It's not The Rock. That's how you pronounce
That's right.
it. Not The Rock.
Not The Rock.
Sholo, the kid from
Cobra Kai.
From Cobra
Yeah.
Kai.
Yep. And I mean, totally comic accurate. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, he's a good choice for this part. I'm
Very,
looking forward to
very
that
good
movie.
choice.
Come on, DC. You can come back.
I like the Dr. Fate
Still
stuff. I wonder how
Discovery.
much like Naboo is going to play a part in
I
it.
know.
'Cause
I-
it looks like he's putting it on and taking it off at will.
Yeah, and they keep,
I hope that's not
exactly,
the case.
which isn't what happens in the comics. So yeah, I mean, I don't like seeing. I mean, not that I love Pierce Brosnan. He's my James Bond, but
I've seen him out of helmet.
he looks
in
like Alan
JSA
Quartermain in this
stories,
movie.
though.
So
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely.
But
he
the
gets
Jeff
the
Jones
opportunity.
runs of JSA, he's been like the older Dr. Fate has had the helmet off at times.
Yeah,
and
older.
Well, he's older in this. He's no spring
he's
chicken.
not. Please,
He's older. Yeah,
He's older.
I could still see this guy fathering kids.
Yeah, for sure. He can get a number of ladies
You just
pregnant.
want him
That's
to
right.
father your
Yeah.
kids.
A whole
there,
line
sir.
of them. Just line them up.
He's not
Derek's
The Rock. He
got
doesn't
a
have
Dr.
that
Fate in his
sperm.
pocket.
Rock has that sperm. There we go. That's where we're going to wrap it up. So, once
Well, if
again,
we wrap it up, we won't get kids.
We're wrapping it up. That's fine with me. I got enough of them.
That's how we wound up here in the first place.
That's right. That's why we're hiding in the basement.
Put a Dr. Fate helmet on your little warrior there, Derek.
Yeah, right. On your Ket Nelson. Put a Naboo on your Ket Nelson,
Name
buddy.
your cock on your name your cock Naboo. Naboo.
I'm gonna start using that. Put a Naboo
Yeah,
on your
you do.
Perfect.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening. Just quickly, a shout out to some of our podcast friends out there: Two Geeks and a Microphone, the Geek Dag, Chicken Chat, the boys over at Chicken Chat, and of course, Entertainment Rants.
That's right.
Who thought I was shading them a couple of episodes ago. I apologize, guys. That was not my intention.
It's only one shady
it
dad.
was just-
Okay,
yeah.
I love you guys.
For those who
I
know
think
me,
we're just guilty by association.
Yeah.
right? It is.
I take the blame for it, and these guys were innocent. But if
And we're
you,
just
if you
playing
know
anyway.
me and these guys know me, it's pretty tame.
We're
I hate him.
big fans
Yeah,
of
they-
them anyway.
Yeah,
I
and
hate
we
those
are big.
guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
You hate those
Tito.
guys, Tito? Oh, Tito's gonna start. You're gonna continue this, aren't you?
No.
All right.
Don't start none. There won't be none.
I'm just fooling her. I'm just fooling her.
No, that's all right. I've been in contact with Marco Mazzola. He's going to be joining us soon
right.
on
Yeah.
here. I'm very excited
Yeah.
to have him.
It's gonna be awesome.
And they've already gotten us back. They got 2 episodes coming up where they're robust.
Zinged.
So, and I
Yeah.
would, if I'm going to get my ass handed by anybody, it would be those guys. So
I would have
bring it
picked
on.
Dwayne The Rock
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah, of course.
If you want to
Well,
take those
yeah.
guys?
What a loser.
Yeah. Hey, if we're giving
I'd rather get zinged by John Cena.
Am I missing anybody?
No, I was going to say, if we're giving shout outs to podcasts, I want to mention those guys that I turned you guys on to, the Get Your Shine Box.
Oh, yep.
Guys,
Okay.
Tristan and Chris Ham
right.
from
Right.
Canada. 2 great guys. They got a funny show. They've just started. I think they've only got about like 7 or 8 episodes now, but each one's a winner. And I encourage everybody to check
Yeah,
them
definitely.
Yep. Also, PVD Horror. They've listened to us. We
Yeah,
listen to them. They're
yeah,
a great
the-
group of guys as well. I
Yep.
can't say great group of guys.
Another
And you know
local
what?
podcast.
And you know what? You, the listener who's not a
You,
podcast
the listener
person,
at home.
that's just listening because you just enjoy us.
And finally, if you notice, we had a cold opening with a dad joke. We're going to be throwing that into the series, courtesy a recommendation from listener Derek Rook. We recently celebrate. I don't know if he wants us to tell everybody how old he is, but we recently his birthday. Happy birthday, Derek Rook! Thank you for this suggestion.
Let's just say it was a milestone, and he's
He's
doing-
fine.
he's wearing
fine.
it well.
We're
He's
all-
21.
we're
He
all
can
fine
finally
here
drink.
He
now.
can finally
Yeah.
drink.
He
We
can
had
finally
it down
drink.
here at the bar.
That's right.
He can drink, buy cigarettes, and smoke the marijuana and whatever.
Yep.
he wants to do.
Oh, yeah. Drive a car.
Drive a car.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, good. That's all I got. So if you want to listen to any more of this dribble or go back to some of our past episodes and prove us wrong, Marco, on every... which he was totally right about. where can you find these past episodes, Sir Brian of Ramsey?
I would like to direct everybody over to our website at www.3gdpodcast.com. That's
www.3gdpodcast.com
for all. Again, Tito's asleep at the wheel.
Oh, I didn't know we were all supposed to say it.
No,
He did it. He pointed
I pointed
at
both of these
I put
guys.
Morbius on behind me, so he fell asleep.
I froze. All right.
Deer in the headlights, Tito. Deer in the headlights.
Freaking out, man.
He's just over there morbing.
It's just Tito, man.
It's just Tito, man. Sitting there spacing out, morbing.
It's true. It was.
Yeah, head over to the website. There's lots of geeky goodness over there, all of our past episodes. You can find links to our email if you want to drop us a line. You can find links to rate and review the show. All of our social media presence links are there: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on and on. Some blogs about us, pictures of us if you really want to go that deep and if you're really feeling adventurous. But yeah, head on over there for all of your podcast needs. Oh, we've also got a Ko-fi page on there too. If you want to donate to the show, it's greatly appreciated. It helps to keep the show going because podcasting is not cheap. And
neither are shitty movies.
Neither are shitty movies. But as always, I just want to thank everybody for listening if you've made it this far.
Congratulations.
Congrats if you have. 4 years of this, man.
That was very ominous.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
Like we all died.
Yeah, we all hit our heads.
Before they made it here. They fell asleep before they made it
Join
here.
us. All right, awesome. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Until next time, I am Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Tito.
And keep watching the skies, because Milos is coming.
There's vampires floating around.
My name is not Milos.
It is Milos.
My
My name is Morris. No, that doesn't work. What the hell are we watching now? I forget.
I don't know.
We,
awful.
something bad.
We'll
Something
find
wicked
something.
comes.
We'll
All right,
find
let's go.
something.
The worst thing possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for you.
Oh, thanks, Tito. You're a good man.
I'm not taking these headphones off ever again.
Just unplug them. You can wear
Your
them home.
ears are gonna be all sweaty. Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Born ready.
Here we go.
Roll.
Rolling. Hold on. Let's see if I have to make any unfortunate belching noises. Yeah, there it is.
There it
Okay,
is.
You don't want that on the. That was wet. I'm sorry.
I don't want that on
Was.
the microphone.
I turned away, and now it's on your Frankenstein poster.
Oh boy.
Adds color.
It's on the glass. It's all right.
Shoot the glass.
All right, I'm done. I'm done. No more playing.
You just can't stop playing
I
with
can't
it.
stop fiddling.
Can you, Lucas? You just can't leave that thing alone.
My clunky.
My clunky. All right, ready?
All right.
Ready.
Okay, let's try this. See if it works. Hey guys, there are a couple of thieves roaming around Cumberland. We got to get ready. If they break in, we got to catch them red-handed.
What color are their hands now? I'll go get the paint.
That was good. That was pretty good. Tito.
Did Tito even
Tito
say
didn't even
anything?
say anything now.
Supposed to say something? Whatever conversation you have, I didn't
think
hear
he
because I was
missed
in the
it.
bathroom.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah.
Dropping a deuce. He was too busy.
For cold openings, we're doing bad dad jokes.
That I
and
know.
Dad skits,
Yeah.
and that's the skit. So
Right.
say what
we were
color.
all supposed to say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Wanna
wasn't
do
aware
it-
that we
wanna
were
do
all
another
supposed to say it.
Let's do
No,
another
no.
one.
His face was great.
No, I was just waiting for the.
Yeah, it's just-
I didn't see his face.
It was funny. It's like, what the
I just heard that it was just Derek and me.
All
I'll
right.
definitely do it this time.
Here we go.